Lush 50.
Very fancy logo. Right. Toad's Cherry Tracker by Lush50. Let's moderate this. Okay, we'll start with the Imagination Station. Sonny, we must embark on a quest of cherry collection. Okay. Watch out. Danger comes in all shapes and sizes. If it looks bad, avoid it. Duly noted. Spin jump on certain enemies and hold for height. Alright. That is a really low jump. Not the lowest I've ever seen, but it's a pretty low jump. Build up speed to reach new areas. Over here, Sonny! Ow. And there we go. Explore the environment. An adventure awaits us. There is swimming. There is potions that swap things. Okay. Cherries and potions. How nostalgic. Oh, the Mario Land one. Yes, I remember that now. There was discussions and things when that came out. Up here, Sonny. So are the cherries talking to me? No, I'm still Grandpa. Careful. Slide! There we go. I guess you get 10, you beat the level. My heavens, a golden cherry. Anything's going over here? Never checked to use NPCs, but I doubt they are.
I'm the best!
I like it. Alright, we've cleared what I think is the tutorial. Guess we couldn't have left the station before that? Well, I guess it's probably for the best. I probably should have checked first, but oh well. Alright, distinct desert, if I can ever get there. Oh, these aren't solid. Oh, they are solid. They're semi-solids. Okay. Let's not jump into thwomps for no apparent reason. Are these standable? No, they're bonkable. Okay. One of those things that you just have to check every once in a while. Now, funny enough, this is not the lowest jump I've ever had in a Mario ROM hack that I've played. The lowest one is the Buzzy Beetle World, or something like that, or Buzzy Beetle's Adventure, where you were playing as a Buzzy Beetle and you could only jump one tile up in the air. That was not a very useful jump. Nope. I knew it was coming and I could not prevent it. Buzzy's World Tour, yes, okay. It has to be completed? Okay. Yeah, I don't think I ever finished it. I played it for a little bit. I was thinking I might do chat hacks on it. This was forever ago. I decided, no, that was not going to work out so well. But played it for a hot minute. It was interesting. Creative level design. Certainly. What's in the air? What's in the box? Hey there, this platform moves to the right and will be destroyed once it hits a wall. Okay, was not going to guess that. Wait, that's not a wall. But that is. It's fine. See, can you spawn him? Yes, I can. I think this will probably be a pretty straightforward moderation as far as these things go, because there's been no pipes. Like, the premise here makes this sort of thing easy. There's no dragon coins, no pipes, no things that would make it take a long time. Except my own incompetence. Oh, that's a standable one! Aw, man, I did not realize that. I thought it was bonkable. Mistakes were made. Now I know, blue ones are standable. I don't know if I had a chance to learn that before that moment. Blue Wizard whizzed through it in like 2 or 3 hours. Okay. Oh. If I pay attention to what I'm doing, I might have a better chance of success. I'm really familiar with Blue Wizard. I think I saw Juz play this the other day. I was watching his stream for a little bit before going to bed. I think he was playing this. Fun fact, during BLDC, the lock ASM they used didn't work if you were holding the key. So you always had to throw the key at whatever you wanted to be unlocked. It made for some interesting moments. Especially in, like, there was one level that was all about keys and locks. And that one took a little bit of doing, once I realized the major constraint of, I can't hold this, I have to throw it. It was only the case when I needed an up one, though. But not that big of a deal. Nope. Oh, come on now. It's not that hard. Oh, blue ribbon. Okay, blue whizzed through it. That's what I get for reading chat very quickly. And in many cases, failing to actually read it. As so happens. Yeah, I was actually thinking, when blue claimed it, that I would, I'd finished up another moderation the same day, and I was like, well, there's still stuff in the queue, only to find that Blue Ribbon had taken both of the open things I was interested in. So, I played something, I went and played the rest of VLDC. I think the rest. Yeah, I think the rest. There were only a few remaining, only 4, but a couple of them were really difficult. One of them was one that got upgraded to Kaizo. The other one was one that got disqualified for being very difficult. I wonder. Nope. Reading is hard. It's true. What's up, Fire? How you doing? It's actually talking about you today. Reason being that I was one cherry away. Me and my buddy Snyder started playing Rem, the first one. Yeah, good things. We're talking about a specific pipe puzzle. It was like, this thing looks familiar to me. Yeah, based upon your recommendation, we like to play adventure games every once in a while, and that's the kind of thing that's right up his alley. And I love a good pre-rendered game versus Evil Mario. And that has so 90s all over it. Like, all the pre-rendered Bryce nonsense. Because, like, you can tell it's rendered with Bryce. Very few things look like Bryce. Nope. I need to remember that he can't jump very high. And missile mode. And then I forget that I can't jump high. It's a good one, all 4 of them even. Yeah, it's been interesting so far. We almost reached a point where we got kind of stuck, but then I went and looked, or then I thought about it for a bit, didn't go look. Realized that we needed to hold down a button, which wasn't really a thing we were expecting. It was for the one of the water routing puzzles, where you need to find the 3 parameters for the pipe area. I know I'm being vague, but none of this stuff has names. There's no plot in this game beyond... Are you a bad enough dude to solve Rem? Just gonna wait for the mushroom to go. This takes a lot of... It probably takes 10 hits. Oh, never mind, that was his last hit. Absolutely love the Rem games. It was quite sad finishing all of them. It's still impressive. Of amount of games, though, 4. Especially for that style and that period. Like, 2002 is a really weird time to be releasing a pre-rendered adventure game like that. Especially one that looks like that. People were getting used to the idea of video cards in 2002. Think it'll respawn? Does. Definitely need to be careful here. Okay. Okay, I don't need speed for that jump. It was all one dude? Really? Kinda surprised. It's a lot of effort for one dude. I have no idea how long those lasted, so I kind of wanted to milk that. Oh no! I knew it. I knew those things would spit fire at me. You never can trust them. Go. Oh no. Oh, elevators. Shoot. I didn't realize it was wrapping, so I kept trying to respawn it, which obviously was not the right play. Very satisfying right there. No! But yeah, I went and looked it up on Moby Games, and I was like, wow, this is a game that came out in 2002 and still supports Windows 95. Not 98, not 2000, not XP. Straight up Windows 95. Which I guess shouldn't be a surprise because it's written in Director. At least I'm pretty sure it was written in Macromedia Director. I believe it would be pre-Adobe acquisition. Yeah, we've been having a good time, and we've definitely taken some nice, not quite shortcuts. Basically, when it comes to interesting stuff we need to remember, Snyder takes a picture with his phone, or in the case of maps, we've been printing them out, which has honestly helped a whole lot. Oh, come on, why is that jump killing me? But being able to sit down and point at the map and say, I think we're here, and be able to navigate via those is really helpful. There's just a lot of, like, little hidden bits and bobs in every place. We've yet to figure out what are important yet. Like, there's one, and this is minor spoilers, but hey, the game came out in 2002. There's one right by the entrance of the game that you have to backtrack to get to. No idea what it's for yet. Like, we've held on to that one for a little bit now. We initially thought it was for a different grid system, but then we realized that we figured out the actual thing to do with the grid system we thought we needed to do it with. It's one of those types of things. Huh. Yeah, if I just stood up there, I would have been safe. Ah. Nuts. What's up, Big Brawler? How you doing? Drew a map on paper. It's pretty messy. Yeah. Well, since they gave us screenshots and I own a printer, it just felt like the way to go. Well, we have screenshots. And then, of course, there's a page or so of notes so far. With Snyder taking the notes so they're legible. Especially for the assorted machines with colored buttons, which give you random bits of data that we have yet to... Well, we used one of the bits of data. The bits of data I kept saying, lots of Utah. Because it looks vaguely... The particular thing that it would provide us looked vaguely like the state of Utah. We also solved the water tank puzzle. It took us a while to realize what we were looking at. And that there were a number of hints for it, some of which were more useful than others. Oh, thank you for the raid. It's not showing up right because layer 3 is being used... Oh, wait, no, it's almost legible. Almost, I just realized. Huh. Doing fine, burning time till sleep. Fair. Yeah, thank you for the raid. Anthopants. I thought there was an R in there somewhere. But, yeah, just playing. Lush 50s. Yeah, no. This happens sometimes. I know when my tech breaks stuff, and I generally will go back and check if it does. But it definitely looks like a problem, doesn't it? What's up, haha42? How you doing? Got here playing and sure it's old, but those games are pretty underrated. Yeah, it's good so far. It's scratching the missed itch. All right, I'm going to clear the message now. Everyone adds an R, because antho is not a word you see too much out of, like, I was going to say anthropology, but no. Just feels right. It's an anthropomorphized pair of pants, I guess. I don't know. How you doing? Hope the stream was good. What were you playing? I'm playing Make This One Jump That I Can't Quite Make. And collecting 10 cherries per level. Oh, come on. Goomba? Oh, I guess it's one of those tracking Goombas. Let me... Next time I die and or have a spot to stand for a second, I'll do the shout-out thing. Rigged it up a while ago to make it really easy, and then I still am not consistent about using it. Okay, I think I'm safe up here. So... Yep. Captain Toad, Green Bean Expert. Okay, I've collected the green bean. Now I hate everything. Okay, looking at its angle, I think I'm safe at the... I can't spin jump off of that. What am I doing here? Ah, I can go down through that. And in fact, that's what it was telling me with the down arrow I thought was a face. Scrolling enabled? Nope. Good call. Always a good call to disable scrolling. Didn't think I was gonna make it. Nope. What's up, Avi? How you doing? Fix your hack. No, that's just a case of me being dumb. Quick and simple dumbness. And an inability to make this single jump. Here we go. It's so weird playing a game like this where you have a much more limited jump. You're so used to things behaving in a certain way in SMW, and when they don't, and you're not expecting it. Even when you're expecting it, it can be weird. Oh, thanks for good luck, Blue Ribbon. How you doing? Been distracted by raids and rem. Doing good. Excellent. Ow. I said I'm not good at that jump. Come up with a strat for everything else. Just that jump. Maybe the strat was to wait for the Goomba. Watching Juz play through yesterday. It's been fun so far, but I'm only like 3 levels in. I guess that does that include? I guess that would include the boss. There we go, just barely made it. Kind of knew it was happening. I really should have just waited on him. This time will be different. Okay. Cool. But, yeah. No, it's been pretty nice. So I'm on, like, the 6th iteration here. 2, 3, 1, 2... I'm just gonna run for it. Okay, and then we go down. Okay, feeling good about that one. Get those suckers. Oh, good, that's the last one. Okay, does the scroll? Nope. He is indeed the best. Oh, thanks for the GGs. Right, what's the trick here? Howdy! You can stand on some enemies and even pick them up. Watch out, they will break free. Okay, so that was our indication of these things. Somehow knew there was going to be a pipe eventually. Not sure what I want to do with that pipe. Ah, wait, that wasn't it. I think I see the trick. Can we travel? Can I fast travel pipes with enemies? Yes. Wasn't the plan, and still isn't. Alright, well, let's take stock of the situation. I still think this is what I'm supposed to do for the first 2. Much better. Of course, it's icy, so you can't trust anything. One of my least favorite VLDC levels was an icy level. It didn't need to be icy. But it was. It was very icy. Or maybe I just don't understand how this little sucker... Why is it sparkly right there? There's probably something there that was indicating that it was a pipe. Oh, I'm being dumb. I just need to walk over there. Bop, and up. Much better. Jump over, and then we go. We got our first 2. We can ignore... Dude. Back. Okay, I should sit there for a cycle instead of what I did. There are a lot of, like, little sparkles that are just here, and I don't know why. wonder if this is my fault. Like coins are not visible or something. It's weirding me out a little bit. Okay. I can hang around for a dolphin cycle, so that's good. Alright, new territory. I thought those were spikes. Nuts. But yeah, like, I jump here, there are sparkles. I don't know why. It's very possible this is my fault. I'll take a look. So I'll put a marker down for me to take a look later. That's the thing I do. Just in case anyone's ever seen a moderation of a hack, the way I do it is I usually put down notes using Twitch markers, and then after the fact, go through all of those notes on YouTube, the YouTube VOD, and figure out which ones are legitimate, how severe some of them are, that kind of thing. Oh no! I got tricked. My expectation here. Ah. Well. Worth it to collect information, I suppose. One tile. Wait, what? Wait, what? Those little hint thingies. Day's been super busy. No worries. Try to be as much as possible. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Well, they're definitely hint thingies. Just one of those things where I expected them to be, like, visible coins or something. I was wondering if I'd accidentally rendered them invisible. It doesn't happen too often, but every once in a while I end up overwriting part of the EX animation stuff. It's usually a lot more obvious. Like, stuff just stops animating. Graphics tiles do get corrupted. It's usually very obvious when it happens. But since I turned off character swapping, it's unlikely to happen while we're doing this. And this is an SA1, so the patch set's a lot less invasive. Carl is very invasive. Just the nature of Carl. Yeah, there we go. This time, I'm not going to forget that there is a cherry here and a fish. Also, it's weird seeing little, like, bits down there. Oh, I've desunk them. That's bad. Ah. That was also bad. Okay. Kick it over. At least I'm getting the hang of those guys. Oh. Well, congratulations, Blue Ribbon. Let me take care of that. P. One day I'm going to run out of these. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. There you go. You've gained VIP-ness. Congratulations. I like that this hack has a lot of places you can just stand and chill for a second. Yeah, there was a period of time where that message didn't work, and I don't remember why. I think I just forgot to hook it up. Like, I went and did all the work, and then I was like, oh yeah, huh. I just didn't do the last bit of code to finish hooking it up. I believe it would. Because it's just a standard alert. How you doing, Max? I don't think it checks. It doesn't particularly matter to me unless, you know, if you want to spam those message boxes, you can. They're not going to hurt me. And anything that removes lambdas from the lambda economy is something I can approve of. Even if it is very silly. I read this and only found one real issue. Hope you find 0, but you are taking notes. Okay. Yeah, I only found one thing, and that was the weird sparkle thing, and I noted that down for later. That was more of a comeback after I, basically comeback after I played to make without the, any of the tech attached, and make sure it still does the same thing. Okay, how do I do this? Toad can't jump that high. Maybe there's a trick. That's not the trick. That's not the trick. Oh, that's the trick. Dang it. Better use your 310k next game request. Yeah, fair. Might be how it goes. I might be like, I'll play for this many minutes. Using a certain, like, lambda division. Because while I do like the game requests, I always expected people to A, pick games that were not very good, and B, pick shorter games. I think I'm like 11 streams into Baldur's Gate 2. I have not left Chapter 2 yet. Oh, shoot. I probably could have saved that. To be fair, though, BG2 is actually quite good, so I can't complain. There's only one I didn't finish out of all of the requests I've gotten so far. I finished Shadow Man. I finished, oh god, what was another? Dark Souls. I never finished Superman 64. For two reasons. One, I didn't want to. Two, so I was playing on a flash card. I actually needed a Rumble Pack to save, and at the time I didn't have a Rumble Pack. And so I couldn't save my game. Simple as. Double or triple? Yeah, I think that in the future there will be changes to how this works, even if I ever bring it back. Because the way I had it initially done is like, I'll play your game, what game you want for 25k lambdas, was not well thought out. Superman's DS game, didn't know that. Rumble Pack didn't allow saving. You know what I mean, one of the save pack things. I thought later Rumble Packs eventually integrated some amount of RAM into them. But maybe I'm misremembering. I wasn't an N64 kid, so I don't know the exact details. But I needed external save RAM, and the flash card, I don't think at the time supported that. It might support it now, but I don't think it supported it then. Dang it. Look forward to the swapper. I need to figure out if that works. I think I told the story on stream, but I was looking at it the other day, or I was looking at it a while ago. I was thinking about playing it while I was on the East Coast. But, I happened to stumble across the game having a review by Snyder, my friend, in real life. And it was, this doesn't work anymore. It, like, just gets you stuck in a loop. And I didn't test it on this machine yet, which is the one I'd be playing it on, usually. It did, however, have that particular effect on my on the wine version I was playing. On the East Coast, on the, you know, the Mac. Dang it! Mac computer. Was way before your time. Ah. Alright, well, I care less about the N64 then, let's put it that way. I do have an awful lot of the consoles out right now, though. I still have the Saturn out. After I used it for the stupid gag in the PAX review video. I do think I will be using it. I looked up how to do multi-disc games. I now know how to do multi-disc games on the Saturn using the Saturn flash card. You have 119k? Everyone has so many lambdas. I would love to be able to see how many lambdas people have, but I think I know why Twitch doesn't do that. It basically boils down to it being a proxy for number of hours watched, more or less. Oh, for Pete's sake. But yeah, it was weird. It was funny enough, I found another review of a game I ended up playing on the East Coast earlier this year, the Recursed. And Snyder left a rather scathing review. And after I finished playing it, I'm like, bro, this game's actually good. What was up with that? And he's like, he looks at his review and he's like, yeah, I was kind of a dick here. I'm going to fix that. He got really pissed about one specific puzzle, which, I'm going to be honest, also kind of pissed me off. It was so simple in retrospect, but one of those, if you just don't see the obvious thing right in front of you, you are going to spend hours trying to beat that. But I 100%ed that game. It was fun. Difficult, but fun. I still need to read the paper explaining whether and why it's not actually recursive. I think the answer is you can never create sideways frames. You can only create... Well, you can create kind of a sideways frame, but it's not the same thing. But because it only allows you to go down and not sideways sometimes, it doesn't. It's not functionally complete or something. Someone wrote a whole paper. I love reading silly papers like that. Except apparently I don't love it enough because I haven't actually read it yet. And it's been sitting open on my work laptop for like a year now. Not forgetting this one. But yeah, I want to get the Saturn out and play. You know, I don't know why it didn't occur to me I could go underneath the urchins. I don't know why I didn't even remotely think this is a possibility. It really should have been obvious in retrospect. Actually, I can just make this jump. I don't need him. Thank goodness not a bone thrower. Careful. Oh no, he follows me, doesn't he? I knew this wasn't going to be easy. I guess I despawned him. I guess it will be easy. Unless there's some sort of evil trick. Check for evil tricks. Nope. Can I jump over it? Nope. Does look good, though. Mario is NP hard. I do like the old Tom 7 paper about Mario being NP complete. If you can complicate coloring a graph by Vargomax v Vargomax. It's a classic one. Calorific Castle. There's gonna be food here. GG. Thank you for the GG. Wait, there's no food here. I was expecting something very different. Oh, oh! That's weird. Are those fences custom? Because usually you can't, like, run off a fence, if I remember. But yes, more importantly, Recursed is awesome, and if you like puzzle platformers, go play it. It is truly astounding. Especially sort of the B-side stuff. What do these do? Nothing evil so far. Oh, they're ice. Okay. Ah, springboard. Okay. I thought for some reason I need to lure over the Bowser. That is so not what I have to do. I'll take it with me just in case, though. You know, sometimes you just have a hunch about these things on screens you've already seen. Golden dangly fruits. Okay, just had to be patient there. Hate when I can't see where these things are going to come from. Oh, whoa. Okay. Can I make that as a short jump? I don't think I can. Let's see, what do I do afterwards? Jump up, up. Okay. Remember, these are icy, and apparently I'll have some sort of momentum mechanic. Oh, I was so far into that. About to point out, golden dangly fruits does sound like the kind of thing you would translate testicles to be in a different language. Don't know why that was the thought I felt I needed to share with all of you, but it definitely is. Okay, jump up. Boing. Okay. Monkey grabs the peach. Assume that was intentional. Okay, that's probably the more intended solution there. This one, just crawl back. Where'd the third one go? And probably just some weird SMW spawn timing stuff. You can spin jump on those. I thought you could, but it's good to know you can. Up to player decide. If you Hendo joke lays along behind you. Okay. There we go. Up, up, and down. I got lucky there. That is a faster sucker. Now, for some reason, I thought I had already gotten 10. Clearly, I haven't. Oh, I thought I was going to rotate. Now, that's one thing I kind of wish I knew, was how many. But I don't think it actually matters. At least not presently. Up. Up and over. Wing. I don't know why, but springboards are always just kind of oddly satisfying to jump off of in these games. I'm digging this level more than the last one just because it's not ice physics. I do not care for ice physics. It's beginning to look just like an ice world. Oh. One of a counter, but there's so much in SMW you don't know, so you just winged it. Fair enough. No unloading the toad. No unloading the toad. Including wall-mounted ones. No. Because you don't get a lot of satisfaction for jumping off of those. So how you doing, Steven? Now, I was worried that it might break something, so we're just not going to unload the toad. General philosophy is if someone goes through the effort to put a custom character into their game, they probably intended it for a reason. I'm calling this the Daiso rule. After Daiso, because anytime I play a Daiso hack, I have to turn that off. Because at some point it'll break something. Go. Up at them. Yeah, displaying a number on the top of the screen isn't that hard at the end of the day. There's a lot of places you could just hijack to get that done. But I respect the decision to not bother. And honestly, the levels are mostly linear enough that it doesn't actually matter. Dagnabbit. Doing okay. Not sure what to play today. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. You know, I did some pinball in the recent past. Not great. Was sad to see that my really good score had been cleared. Not taken over, to be fair. Cleared. Apparently that machine just had its high scores wiped. Sends the highest score, which is like 5 billion, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ever going to be that good. But it was a good score. It was something like 380 million or something. I was pretty proud of it. It also put me on one of the other leaderboards, which is like the tier 2 monster battles. This is Godzilla. And basically no one else at this particular location had ever apparently gotten one. So I got what I now know to be a fairly low scoring one of those, but I got 75 million out of it, so I can't complain. But apparently if you're really good at modes like that, you can clear 1 billion, just because you can keep that mode going. Feels bad, yeah. Only provided your Lewis script. I love it. Keep on it if I ever play Taizo Tuesday. Well, no, Toadette's Taizo Tuesday uses the 32x32 patch, which I don't have support for. So, what else? Yeah, Pinball area got a new pinball machine. I'm not enthralled with it. It's weird and frequently very broken. I ran into this issue like 3 times when I was playing it last night. I was playing with a bro, and I shot up the left ramp, and the game just stopped. Like, the flipper still went. No, I hadn't quite got around to it. I got halfway to 32x32 support and then completely lost my train of thought and didn't complete it. Like, I wrote some code to convert sprites over, which mostly worked in one direction. It would work in the other direction perfectly fine, I think. I meant to do it to Fish, but then I lost the code because I put it in a dumb place and it was on my computer that lost its SSD. So. But yeah, Labyrinth. It's a weird pinball machine. One, it's fun because David Bowie. And one of the more common multi-ball modes plays Dance Magic, which is just fun. It's a good song. Enjoyable song. But it plays a little weird. It has a lot of, like, odd touches. Like, really odd touches. Like, you've got the fiery heads that taunt you if you do badly. Yeah, losing SSD, it was a drag, but it happened a couple years ago. It wasn't the end of the world. I've gotten over it, and, you know, I salvaged some of the stuff, namely my Twitch stuff. Most of it, which was good. Like, all my old logs are still there. So, it could have been a lot worse. It really could have been. Wish I'd backed up more of the important stuff, because I set up an SSP thing, and it just did not work. So, other major thing I did recently was I went to the Seattle Chocolate Festival with Fiskbit and a friend. And it's one of those things, it's not obvious to go to an event like that. You will buy a lot of chocolate, and then you will hate chocolate for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks afterwards. I didn't even buy that much chocolate. Friend I went with, by the time I got there, he was already going to his car to drop off chocolate. He had bought so much. I think I ended up with about 10 bars. It could have been a lot worse. It was one I was kind of sad I didn't manage to get. There was a Sakura bar from Green Bean to Bar, which is a Japanese chocolatier. And they make good stuff. But I think I got one of their yuzu bars, which are just really good. Dang it. Ganache. There was some Ganache. A few places letting you taste their truffle innards. I don't know. What do you call that stuff? But the Chocolate Man was there. They always have good stuff. I think there were those companies that frequently win, like, truffle competitions. They had a fun little thing. Oh, I didn't even think to do that earlier. That would have been smart. So Fiskbit actually got one of their chocolate turkeys, which is kind of like a chocolate rabbit you'd get for Easter. Except, you know, it's a turkey. And he gave it to his brother, and him and his family loved it. But this year they had... Oh, come on now. This year they had chocolate brains that if you smashed them would have candy inside. And I'm like, that's a brilliant idea. I love it. I tried to convince him to get one of those and then stuff it in the chocolate turkey. So it's like a chocolate turkey turducken thing. But it didn't happen. That's the other notable thing that happened that day was I went to go to... Because this was in Bellevue, so I don't mind naming names. Went to go to the really good Mediterranean place called Mediterranean Kitchen. A very unassuming little restaurant front. I cannot believe I've regressed this badly in the sun. It kind of looks like it'd be a hairdresser's if you didn't look closely. But I left the venue around 3:30 because we were tired of chocolate by then. Tried to convince him to come with, but it didn't end up working. No, I do not want to see that. That is not something I want at all. Oop. I mean, who just comes out and says that? Like, I don't know what you look like. Why would I want to see you naked? I'm very particular about this kind of thing. This is why I don't go to nude beaches. The kinds of people who want to be naked in public are not the kinds of people I want to be seeing naked in public. But yeah, the place didn't open until 4:30, so I had to putter around and waste some time. Not the end of the world. A little annoying. I'm surprised, because usually... What's up, Blueberry Bunny? How you doing? Everywhere on Twitter. I mean, the bots are everywhere. That's just the nature of the internet. And has been for a very long time. It's unfortunate. But... honestly, I don't even bother banning them. I just time them out under the assumption that they're never going to come back. And I'm usually right. Saves me from having a gigantic ban list, too, which is nice. I went through, like, a year or two ago. I was like, yeah, no, all these are bots. None of them are coming back. I'm just going to ban them. No ban them? No. Timing out works just as well. I'm serious. They never come back. They spam once and then leave. I imagine it's because enough people on Twitch report them. Stolen accounts. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Doing good was lurking, getting ready for work. Oh, nice. But yeah, I don't bother banning them. It's just not worth it. And it's nice that I can see a ban list and actually, like, know, oh yeah, that's why I banned that person. As opposed to having a million accounts like that. I do with some of the earlier ones. Like, there was one that used to harass Monotone Tim about putting a certain character naked into NVC 3. I think it was like Naked Julia or something. It was consistent enough But he definitely had a bit about it. Of course, I do miss the old idiosyncratic trolls, like the /dot trolling days. Where people would post the same things. Netcraft confirms it, BSD is dying. Or, what was another one? Like, Natalie Portman naked and covered in grits. All of the GNAA stuff that I cannot talk about on Twitch, because that's not remotely family-friendly. The bots have realized viewers are cheap. Curses. I think I realized what I did wrong last time I got about this far. Okay. Go. Almost like internet performance art, those ones? Yes. Those were so much better, in my opinion. I don't remember any of the other, like, ones. I always liked Netcraft Confirms It. That was always one that I just loved. Of course, Year of Linux on the desktop never ceases to make me not laugh. Dang it. Because it never came, and it never will. They were so optimistic about those netbooks. But then people got phones that were just about as good, and no one cared anymore. Big Mac 416, though he wasn't a bot. I do not know this feller. Yep. What else? Nothing else of importance really happened this week since I last streamed. Though I did, actually, you know what? If people didn't catch it, the end of the Baldur's Gate stream was really good. Because I was having trouble fighting this chromatic demon. I fought him 3 times. And my initial strategy for fighting him turned out that it wasn't going to work, and that made me very sad. Because I had already burned all my traps elsewhere. Like, I could not lay down 7 traps and keep him busy and basically just run him out of health that way. And so I fought him on legit terms, which was really hard because he's apparently immune to basically everything except the element that he's presently not immune to. And so I was only doing 1 damage while he was doing a lot of damage every time he hit something, and I ran out of critters to throw at him. And I'm like, well, I want to try one more stupid thing. My idea was, like, use my Boots of Speed to run him into the existing traps so that he would just die. Turns out that wasn't necessary. I got him into the poison gas room and he just straight up died. Which was really funny. He didn't just straight up die. It took some doing, but like he started taking like 10, he took like 30 damage per like round or something, turn, whatever. And that knocked him out. I didn't get any XP for doing it. Sucks. But you know what? He's dead. And so I can keep going forward. And most of the value of that area wasn't really in XP. It was in, like, getting really cool gear, like the ammo pack. I am so happy to have the ammo pack. That is saving me so much inventory. And I realized after the fact I could probably use it to hold other types of ammo. Because I'm only using it for arrows right now. And I probably could put my bolts and my sling bullets in there, too. Used to come into Twitch streams and ask, is this live or repeat? That sounds familiar. That does sound familiar. Maybe I didn't know the name, but I've definitely heard the troll. No! I held back. Is this the real life? Is it just fantasy? Me. What's funny, actually, all of the hacks I've moderated recently are very different hacks. Like I did the I Want to Be the Guy hack, which is very different from SMW. I did Daizo and Company's Mushroom Kingdom Law and Order thing, which is mostly narrative in nature. It doesn't really have much to do with platforming and whatnot. There is a little bit of platforming, but honestly, it's the kind that is so trivial it doesn't matter. And then this one, which is definitely different. I'm gonna moderate a normal hack in a fortnight. I think I'm making that part harder for me than it needs to be. When I first heard of this, I imagined it was just like Doctor. The Toad Treasure Tracker, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, where you cannot jump, and that affects the gameplay a whole lot. But it's clearly not. It's kind of like when you look at games in the back of like PC magazines, or at least I used to, and wonder what kind of game they were, because you didn't have a frame of reference being a kid, nor did you have access to the game. Like, I always thought Phantasmagoria 2 looked weird. It took me a number of years to play it before realizing exactly what it was. I wasn't actually let down in that case. I now have a copy of Phantasmagoria 2 signed by the guy who played Curtis. Is it one longer? No. No! Just dawned on you what Sloot means. You're an adult. How you doing, Weregoose? Yeah. But everybody loves Sloot. Sloot had voice acting this time around, by the way. Director's cut worth playing, even if you have not, even if you've beaten the original. Mushroom Kingdom Law and Order. Sloot loves everybody. Negotiable affections, I believe they're called. Okay, we've seen the ending at least. I know what to do. That obstacle basically doesn't exist to me. Oop. Yeah, depending upon how long this takes, we may or may not do more spooky things afterwards. So I sat down and prepared some. It took some doing in one case, and 10 gigabytes of patches in another. But I've got a few that are set up. Gabriel Knight 2 or 3. Which is not an FMV game, unlike what you'd expect, because the progression there was a little bit weird. Okay, there we go. Okay. Beat the bullet. Grab it. There we go. Just thinking. Oh, well, it didn't scroll anyway. Indeed you are, Toad. Indeed you are. Still don't think there was any calories in there. I didn't even look at what the level name was. Okay, so... Alright, well, we've learned an important lesson. That doesn't work that way. But yeah... Oh, no! Oh, that's just evil. What does this mean? One jump. Okay, cool. Saw that one coming. Didn't see that one coming, bizarrely enough. I forget, do these drop... up? Okay, they do not drop. At least not that way. I think... Oh, right. Don't fall for it, Pat. Well, says there's 2 right up front. 99. Anyway, Gabriel Knight 3. Gabriel Knight 1 is classic Sierra pixely art. Gabriel Knight 2 is an FMV game. Gabriel Knight 3 is a 3D rendered game. Much more in line with the standards of the time. Or more standard-y time. Which is a little bit weird, because I don't think Sierra did too many of those. Kind of like Grim Fandango is to some of the other Monkey Islands, right? Like, it's a weirdly 3D rendered, walk around in real space kind of thing, which... I think I needed to get that off that. Oh. How am I going to play the rest of this? I think I want to re-grab here, and then... Okay, cool. Yeah, I know. I can tell what that is. 9-9. It was obvious once you saw it. But yeah, I got Gabriel Knight 3 tested up. It's working fine. My only real issue right now with the Windows 98 machine is I'm kind of running out of hard drive space. Which sounds like it shouldn't happen, Windows 95 and all that, but it doesn't have a very large compact flash drive. That's not how you do that. So I'm using the USB drive, and the USB drive is finicky and annoying at times. Because Windows 98 didn't actually ship with USB mass storage, as it turns out. So I found, like, a fan patch that makes it work, mostly, with some limitations, because there's always limitations. But it's also finicky. Sometimes the machine won't shut down properly. It also writes incredibly slowly. So I try to avoid having to copy things over, unless I must. But for running like an FMV game, or running a game off of an emulated CD, I think it works just fine. This is what I want to do? Okay. Alright, that didn't work. One of these days I need to play the Jurassic Park game for Super Nintendo. I think I played the Genesis one for a little bit. I have vague memories of, like, you could choose to either be the doctor dude or you could be a dinosaur. And being a small child, it was really easy to choose. I wanted to be the dinosaur. And I have no idea what the SNES version is like. I think it has, like, some first-person sections. There we go. Okay. I thought that would put me up a lot higher. Let's see, that's 1, 2... I'm kind of curious how many I'm getting before getting toasted. That's 3. 4. 5. That's actually most of them. 6. 1 tile falling platforms, just falling donuts at that point. Funny enough, they were falling donuts a minute ago. How you doing, Nico? Yep. Regrab. One of my biggest weaknesses in SMW in general, remembering to hold B. Okay, so that would be 7. Hold over. See, there's the donuts. And there's the green beans. Shoot. Playing Silent Hill 2 remake. Scary. I already screamed 3 times. Ah, nice. I've never played any of those. Kind of wonder if they do hold up. So, like, those were, like, PlayStation 1 games, weren't they? Or am I mixing that up with a different... Maybe I'm mixing that up with Resident Evil. But... yeah, usually when I choose my horror-y type games, they're usually more just horror-adjacent than, like, Spooky's House of Jump Scares. Or Five Nights at Frederick's. Silent Hill's on PS1? Okay. Thank you, that always helps. Vaguely remember someone discussing, like, PlayStation 1 graphics and Silent Hill coming up because of how dithering is used to make the fog, because they didn't have really good alpha composition. Which is true for a lot of consoles. Not to mention dithering looked fine on, like, CRTs. Okay, cool. Oh, no! Well, they're very slow about it, at least. Said the man who jumped into the spikes. But yeah, dithering is a technique that largely doesn't work great anymore. Unless you're really just going for that specific look, because you don't really get the blending effect that they used to get on the CRTs. Stop. Hammer time! Silent Hill arcade shooter? Of course there is. There's probably a pachinko machine too, I'd imagine. Is Silent Hill the series where, like, there's a fake ending you can get where dogs control everything, or am I thinking of a different one? So I do like those fake-out endings. My personal favorite one that I've achieved, I really like the one in Far Cry, where if you just wait around for, like, 15 minutes, like, the guy asks you to, you beat the game. Has the dog ending? Oh, okay. Silent Hill 1 was PS1, Silent Hill 2, 3, and 4 PS2. Then there are the mid-Silent Hills on PS3, and Silent Hill 2 Remake, and PS5, and PC only. Okay. Alright, so... Shoot. This might be bad. That was fine. There's a fairly wide amount of space I can stand. Okay. Wait for it. Oh, no. No! He almost had me. Almost. Jesus. No, the best one I've ever achieved was the one in Shadow Complex, where the basic premise is this girl invites you to go, like, rock climbing somewhere, caving in somewhere, and you go with her, and then you see her get kidnapped by government ninjas. And you have a choice. You can either go save her from the government ninjas, or completely ignore everything and go about your life. And yeah, I love that ending. You just completely ignore her and just move along with your life. You just drive off into the sunset, listening to the radio and everything. It was a hilarious ending. I expected magic. Thanks to GG's. Do you believe in magic? Well, Luigi do. Why does Luigi have a beef against us? Like, I'm actually kind of baffled by this one. Hey. Okay, he is RNG, though, so I need to be careful about what I do. I like Shadow Complex. I probably should play, like, the, I'd play it again, in all honesty. It was a well-done, modern, Metroidvania. Just singing that in chat earlier. Singing that in an earlier Twitch chat. I like it. Oh my god, look at him go. Theoretically, I could put a marker down for that, but realistically, I'm not going to bother. Because frankly speaking, if I can get him stuck in that kind of way, it doesn't actually affect gameplay that very much. I do kind of want to try it again, though. Nope, couldn't repro. I need to stay closer to the center if I want to get him to do more. Ah, no. There we go. This time will be different. This time I will not die to Luigi's green fire. Not sure what I'll die to, but it won't be that. Oh. He was doing the thing, too. I died to that. I always forget if it's a Mario Head boss or the noob boss, the one that has that behavior. Just whoosh right into the wall. Versus Magic Luigi. Didn't even read that. What was the other level called? I didn't even look. Something about pyramids, maybe? Pipe Pyramid. Oh, that's a good name for it. That is an accurate name. P-Switch Plains. I'm terrified. Then thank you for the GGs. Thought he might be walkable. He was not a walkable critter. He was a bonkable critter. I need to be faster. I think I need to be faster is what this is telling me. Yes, it was. Okay. I love the popsicle trees. I think they're one of my favorite aesthetic flourishes. Okay, I do not need to be that fast. That's good. Is that a pick-upable P-switch or a reusable? Reusable. Well, at least that part wasn't hard. You'll see me trying to P-switch jump again in a minute, because I've always wanted to P-switch jump. It's just my nature. Yeah, I think I read that correctly. Okay. One tile jump. One tile jumped. Oh, no. Oh, what else? Yeah, I got the Saturn out in case I wanted to play the sequel to The Mansion of Hidden Souls, not Mansion of Hidden Souls, which is a different game. I love that the sequel is just called The Mansion of Hidden Souls. Absolutely silly. But I looked into the Terra Onion docs to figure out how one does multi-disc Saturn games, and the answer is it's not that complicated. So you can either do a setup thing involving, like, directories and everything, or, much more simply, you can set up a queue of discs. These? They're not semi-solid. Okay. Toad needs to be running real fast to clear this gap. Build up speed by running to the left and then back to the right. Okay, I hope I wasn't on a timer still. Maybe that was the gap in question. Yeah, but I had fun with The Mansion of Hidden Souls last year. That game is silly. And not nearly as good as its predecessor, unfortunately. But the twitching heads that represented butterflies were really interesting. I'm really sad I didn't get the butterfly shoots you with a gun ending. Because, seriously? Who doesn't love the butterfly shooting you with a freaking gun ending? There's an awful lot of weird endings in that game, but I think that one takes the cake outside of the actual ending, where everything stops making sense. Like, you throw a Pokeball at somebody, and then that person turns into, like, an undersea person for no apparent reason. And then someone shows up and everything fine because the guy who was an explorer can now leave the mansion. Alright, that is not the type to fire stuff at you as it jumps, which is nice to know. Okay, I think I want to bonk it around here. Fish fountain. How I hate you, fish fountain. The trick to fish fountains is mostly just patience. Pick-upable? No. I'm gonna need to go a lot faster than that. I have no idea how long it is either. Oh, fish fountain dissipated. Cool. I'll take the high road. Alright, what's the trick? Alright, I didn't fall for the troll. Oh, that's solid. Who should you be to spend $100 on TTRPG books on the baseline assumption you can sell them for equal or value profit later? I can't speak to that. I do not understand the economy around those things at all. I do worry that it's a bit like comic books where people seem to think they're worth a lot, but they never really are because all of the important ones got mulched in like the 1960s. Versus Bad Birdo. Huh. Ow. This Bad Birdo is kind of bad. I ended up watching like the whole, like what was it, like 100% Mario 2 speedrun video that someone put out. It was really long and incredibly informative about percentages. And it wasn't, I think it might have been Cosmic. So to finish watching the video him and Dan Salvato put out. How is this Birdo still alive? Oh, that's how. What? I think it was just no warps, maybe, not 100%. Just no warps. One of those categories, instead of, like, requiring you to beat everything. Cherry Cave. Cherry Cave. Wait, what? Oh, maybe I can... I definitely can't respawn it. Was that a... Did that count as a cherry? Roleplaying's at peak popularity now. Has a lot of high-quality books for cheap. That is true. I mean, also, like, depending upon the system, may or may not be able to get more value out later. I just noticed the cherry creeping. It was indeed a good video. Like, Cosmic's video stuff is surprisingly good. Like, he's a speedrunner who definitely is punching above his weight with YouTube stuff. Not just publishing VODs or whatnot, just, like, actually putting up interesting speedrunning stuff. Especially given his niche of, he mostly plays SMB1. How am I supposed to get you? I guess that might be the intended solution. Those are full of spikes and I don't want to touch them. Are these standable? They're standable in the original. I'm not sure. Wait, what killed me? Hold up. Bring back clunky controls. I'm good. I still have a general theory that no one actually likes playing Arkanoid. Everyone just likes using the knob controller. That's really it. D&D books seem kind of consistent in value, though they're mass-produced. Other game systems are a bit hit or miss. Like Trade Defense. Oh. Enjoy Cognitive News' video about Mario. Yeah, that one I need to finish watching, about halfway through. Trade Defense is a Mario 1 design, yeah. Even if they're high quality. Yeah, I just don't know enough about it to give you good advice. I think you're supposed to, like, do some sort of falling thing off of that, but I don't want to do it. Oh, it's toxic. It's a toxic ceiling. Okay, well, things make more sense now. I was very confused as to why I was very dead. Get the re-grab in, just in case. Okay, failed that. It's okay. Simple solutions. I think I need P-speed. Definitely needed P-speed. That one tile jump just gets me every time, and I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this level. Like, I feel like there's a large amount of it that is just kind of time wastery. Like, that spot there doesn't do anything beyond make you just wait for no good reason. Whereas this is pretty fun. I guess I never finished the dang thought about Labyrinth. Like, while it's cool and all, it has David Bowie, the machine itself just seems to have some weird defect. In order to get out of the bad state that I got into, the only way to do it was to tilt the ball, which sucks because you lose your ball. And I was playing with someone when this happened, so basically, you know, he got to move on. And in fact, he got to play an extra ball, and not that extra ball. He got an extra ball and got to play his third ball. Whereas I lost my second one. I did not do well there. He managed to get in like 4 different modes and did well in like 2 of them. The oubliette. Like, he hit all the shots he needed for that. But... it's a fun word to see. The funny thing was, dude never actually played or never actually seen the movie Labyrinth. And so all of the theming just looks insane. Because that movie, let's be honest, in isolation is kind of insane. You've got David Bowie in tight leather pants. You've got this owl that looks like it belongs on the cover of a Rush album. You've got all of these really weird puppets, including the puppet hand dudes, which are weird. I was like, where the hell are the hands? You had to hit the hands for the extra ball. I had no idea where they were. Like, legit, I'm looking all over the table trying to find them. Could not find them. I think they're the sinkhole on the left side, but not clear. So the interesting thing about that machine is it's not made by any of the standard companies you'd expect. There's not too many companies that still make pinball machines. There's like Williams, there's Stern, obviously. There's Jersey Jack, which is like the new kid on the scene. And then there were these guys, Barrels of Fun LLC. Which, aside from this, I went and looked. They haven't done anything else. Oh, God. Yeah, third one, isn't there? Did I? No, I did not. Oh, I did. No, I didn't. Need to rewatch it. Saw it back when you kid and didn't like it. Dark Crystal. Yeah, Dark Crystal. So I went to a museum in Brooklyn, like, God, I don't know how many years ago. But basically they had a bunch of Jim Henson stuff on exhibit, and they talked about the Dark Crystal. And basically, Jim Henson's theory as to why no one liked the Dark Crystal was because there weren't very many human characters. And so for Labyrinth, he wanted more human characters, and that's why they got David Bowie. I also learned David Bowie cannot, in fact, juggle, and that every scene of him juggling a glass ball is, in fact, someone putting his arms underneath David Bowie's armpits and not being able to see what they're doing. Which I think's really funny. It was a very intensive production. Yep. Yeah, they had all sorts of stuff, like an original Kermit, original Rolf. Rolf was, I think, the very first Muppet, not Kermit, as it turned out. He was originally used for, like, the Jimmy Dean show, who I initially thought was just I died the exact same way. A maker of breakfast sausages, but apparently was an actual person. I feel like learning that Chef Boyardee was a real person, too. But yeah, they had a bunch of stuff. They were playing The Muppet Show. They were playing every episode of The Muppet Show on The Muppet Show on a big screen. So, you know, you could watch all of them at once, though without sound, which is not great, I'll be honest. First, the existent Muppets? Okay. So, yeah, it was interesting. They also had a really cool exhibit. What was there was sports video games through the ages. They had, you know, obviously original Pong and other such things, like the Tennis for Two, I think it was. Old consoles. A NES with the, what was that thing, Power Pad controller that they were letting people actually play on, which was a surprise. And then finally they had like a melee turn. They had a melee setup in case you wanted to do that. Okay, well I think I made it. Oh, he's a springing type. Wait, what? Where did the cherries go? Okay, fine. You know what? I'm gonna kill you and we're gonna come back and see what happened to the cherries. If we can. Maybe those are fake cherries? I guess those ones are fake cherries. Alright, whatever. How's the polls going? Good. I've got a couple more things to add. I think I'll publish the polls after I finish up a couple more options tomorrow. I don't know. Haven't decided. How you doing, Fries? You should be happy enough. I'm doing more Baldur's Gate 2 tomorrow at 10 p.m. Pacific Time. Be there. Or don't. Those are your only two options. So November. Yeah, it's kind of looking like that. But honestly, it's one of those things I'm putting effort in to make sure like I've got them working. I've got ISOs transferred for a few things. I had a couple things I wanted to put on the list. I guess there's no need to be cagey about it. Like, some things I really want to put on the list, but haven't like put the effort in yet to make sure they work. I Have No Mouth but I must, and I must scream. Or but I must scream? Can't tell you what to do, not part of your system. Your dad's not a phone! Where was I going with that? I still want to get Trespasser up and running. What is going on here? Oh, wait, I see the pipe above me now. I missed that earlier. But I got the Trespasser ISO and patch set up, sitting on the machine. So I'm going to do some work before the stream tomorrow on some of those things. Alright, let's just take the pipe and see where it goes, because I'm liable to do something stupid. Alright, it takes me out of the entire world, which I probably could have just gone down. The girlfriend of that music video created Marcel Shell with shoes on? I don't know what that means exactly. I don't think I've heard the song, or it sounds kind of like it could be a children's book, maybe? Alright, is it a bouncy or a standy bubble? It's a bouncy bubble. Bounce, bounce. What? I don't think that was the intended solution, but when you're on a vertical level, you can get away with these things. Got Gabriel Knight 3. Oh, I was not prepared for that. I am now prepared for this. Got Costume Quest 2, because I like Costume Quest. Got some level design contest stuff options. Like, I figured if this stream ended early enough, we would do some of that. Oh. Okay. Oh, right, this is ice. Shoot. Count how many I'm seeing. Now how close I am. So that's 1. This is 2. This is 3. There was no reason to rush there. Wait. Oh, no. There was no reason to rush there either. Jenny State did a thing with Lonely Island. Nothing more. Ah, okay. Nope. Totally missed that. There's probably a couple more in there. There's the sequel to Mansion of Hidden Souls. The Mansion of Hidden Souls for Saturn. I went and looked into how that works, because it's a multi-disc Saturn game. And I didn't know how that worked with my Saturn flash cart. And yes, I know that saying it's a flash cart when it uses discs is a little bit weird, but it's a flash cart because, well, it's actually not a flash cart. It's an SSD card. Need to rethink how I think about these things. Either way, it's a type of memory cart and doesn't actually use the... It occurs to me, yeah, that might have been the intent solution there? I'm not sure. Anyway, there are options. I'm slowly accumulating them. We will see how much of it I get done. Gregory Horror Show is still up as an option, because Gregory Horror Show is just fun, and I love breaking out the French PS2. There's something very amusing about that to me. And of course, we'll have to do the thing that happens every Halloween-ish time. Some bloody caverns. One of those videos that actually did really well last year, or this year, was the Castle Quest one. I was shocked at how well that did. Turns out that there were a non-trivial number of people who are actually very nostalgic for that thing. We're very happy to see it back up online. We got an email about that the other day. Asked me if I knew who actually drew all of the stuff for that particular webpage. I'm like, dude, it changed hands like 4 times. I have no idea. I'd love to tell you, but I have no clue. Shoot. That's sort of what I've got on the list so far. I think there's probably 1 or 2 more things that have slipped my mind that are sitting there. But it takes time to get them adjusted, especially because of the DOS stuff. Right now, because I'm using the Windows machine, for other things, I need to keep the volume correct. And I finally found a way to make sure volume is always correct for a given game. I found a utility that will let me read out the volume. The master volume, and set it consistently. So now I'm using that for Baldur's Gate. And that solves some problems. But it still means I need to do that. I guess Shivers. I forgot Shivers is an option still. Did try that last year. Didn't get very far in. It was not the right day for that particular thing. There are some days that are not the right days for particular games, and that was not a right day for that game. Pat found ear? Wait, what? Oh, there's a boo ring there. I have no idea how many of those I've collected. I should have looked before I leapt. That was probably the last one. Learn how to set volume? Yes. I mean, the thing is, I want the volume to remain consistent when I'm playing a game for a long time. So if I stop and do something else, I don't want the volume to change drastically. Conveniently, I can now just get the volume in short and set it using a script, and that solves the problems. And I'm going to do that way, because that's how I'm doing it. I was trying to write one of these, I just couldn't get it to work properly. I think it's because I didn't have the right API. Also doesn't help that this particular application likes to crash a lot if you don't invoke it just right, which I think is funny. But it mostly comes from laziness and wanting to not have to change things in OBS. Go. That. Oh, that's ice, right. I don't know why, but I thought that was an on-off block kind of thing. Something I don't trust about this. There's gonna be Phanto. There's gonna be effing Phanto. Look, it's effing Phanto. Hello there. And sticky fingers. You know, I knew it couldn't be that easy. At least this Phanto is not nearly as aggressive as Max's will be. I'm at least fairly far ahead of him. Got him. Simply glad one of the few streamers has voice higher than in-game audio. Yes, that's the goal, is to make it so that I am audible and the game is audible. And I'm happy to shut up when the game is speaking. You know, except when it's doing that. Oh, that was a hard one. Versus Magikoopa. Thanks for the GGs. Magikoopa. Right. I'm Toad. I can't jump for squat. Because Toad skipped leg day. Look at my new hack, Toad skips leg day. It's gonna be great. The nice thing about Magikoopa stuff is once you know how it works, it renders it a lot less scary. Guess I need to jump on his head once. Not that way. It's gonna chill here. Beep. Oh, you scared me there. Oh, I was about to jump on him, but it didn't work. Nothing weird happened, just very normal gardening. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. How you doing, Whatsits? How you doing, Kron? How you doing, Brent? Thank you for the raid. How you doing, 6-inch Finch? What kind of gardening were you up to? Thank you for the raid. Yeah, I'm just moderating this hack. That message box is actually in the game. Normal? The normal kind? Okay. I'm gonna assume you were playing like some sort of Harvest Moon type game, not finding idols. Maybe not. Let me clear this and actually get to the point where I'm trying to get to. I need to jump on his head once, I think. I already used up all my boxes, and so... But I can't jump on his head before... I can't jump on his head after. Apparently if you waste the box, you're toast. Nuts. Horror gardening sim? Oh, interesting. I saw something kind of like that at PAX. I guess it wasn't really horror so much as, like, Halloween-themed. Like, you live in a village full of, like, vampires and werewolves, and you have to, like, make stuff. It was very cutesy. Very cutesy horror, if that makes sense. I think I messed that up. Thulufithagan. What a wonderful phrase. The kind of speedrun thing. You learn more about what you have to do every time. I can relate. I've played one or two of those. Was playing a game called Rem with my buddy. Talked a little bit about Reverie, which its first lap works very much like that. Where you just learn more things every time. Specified TP to help a man who's locked in trap house where his ass. What is this game? Give me a link if you've got it. I'm curious. I want to see something. I want to see about this. Ow. Dank desert. It's highly dank. Hey, the shifting sand will drag you to your demise. Steer clear of falling in it. I'm sure I wanted that. Oh. Okay, I probably did want that. Oh, this... Well, I probably can just be greedy here, I think. So here's the key concept of this game. Is your Toad, you need to get 10 cherries per level to move along. That's it. Toad also jumps really low because he's Toad. And that's just how Toad works. There's also a lot of bosses. I wasn't expecting this to have quite so many bosses. Not complaining, mind. Just wasn't expecting. You see this YouTube trailer? Let me load it up real quick. Run. Very interesting. Not the kind of aesthetic I would expect for horror. Like, the flat shell sitting doesn't work well for that. It's one of those things I find to be a bit of a tongue twister. Shell shading. Interesting. I'll have to watch the rest later. And I'm not trying to Toad. Okay, new plan. Kill that guy. So note that those things explode. Oh. You know, I expected more from the falling sand. Like, I didn't expect it to just literally be death. Like, I expected you'd have to fall in and, like, swim for a bit before you finally get hosed. But apparently not. Straight up hosing. Started expecting it to be like a short 2 or 3 hour horror experience. Oh my. I'm going to guess it didn't go that way. Otherwise you wouldn't have said that. How long's it been taking you so far? Of course it's one of those. Yeah, if this didn't take long, I was planning on playing a sort of Halloween-y horror-type game or something, but we'll see what happens. Because this is taking a while. I don't know how far in. Oh, Parasite Eve, I forgot I have that. 13, okay. 5th run, played about 4 hours finishing Parasite Eve, and then 4 hours of Grunt. Oh, nice. Yeah, I forgot I own Parasite Eve. I actually bought that. I have a physical disc and everything from forever ago. I could play on my PlayStation that has a spindle. So I have 2 of them and one doesn't. Well, actually, no, both of them have spindles. No, don't do that. Really enjoyed Parasite Eve and wanted to play it for 26 years. Parasite Eve was one of the greatest arbitrage chances I ever had in my life that I noticed as a child. The local Blockbuster, which wasn't that far away from GameStop, or well, Funko Land, now owned by GameStop, had like 12 copies of Parasite Eve. If I had the scratch to buy them, I could have gone and flipped them to Funko Land and made some money, or at least some decent like in-store credit. But I did not have the seed money for that particular bit of arbitrage. It would have been brilliant. But honestly, also their Blockbuster things, they probably wouldn't have given me full price. The way Funko Land worked is they actually had, like, published weekly newspapers of all their pricing. I think both purchasing and selling. So at least you knew what you were getting most of the time. Okay, this stuff is the moderation stuff. Yeah. I can't believe I didn't get hit. Like, I was trying to make sure that there weren't any pipes or anything that went to bad places. Utah Blockbusters? No, this was Seattle! And yes, Utah had Blockbusters. They were everywhere. Blockbusters didn't have porn or anything. They'd be worthwhile or had held on to them. Yeah, but there's still Blockbuster copies. You know, you don't have the... Oh, that goes up! I wasn't expecting to go up. So no manuals. Non-trivial scratches. That was the end of the level. Probably. Like, they usually worked. Like, I bought a lot of games from Blockbuster, and usually they still worked. Like, I bought Breath of Fire 3, Azure Dreams, which is probably the disc my PS1 used the most, because my sister really loved Azure Dreams. Later on, I hooked her up with an PS1 emulator just so she could play Azure Dreams. The Amish with Mormons? Yeah, Blockbuster was everywhere, man. I don't know what you're smoking. Like, it was just huge. I mean, it's how people got movies. This is before all the downloading. Should've just kept with it. But yeah, the Amish don't have technology because they don't want it, and I imagine that includes VHS players. I think I bought one of the .hack games from Blockbuster. One of those PS2 ones, I don't remember. Gotta find dinner with children. Alright, well hopefully you find something good. I had a salad for dinner. I'm less than enamored with food right now. It wasn't even very good, because the salad bar place near me has changed. They don't just have like chicken or turkey or ham out anymore if you want some protein in your salad. But today they had tandoori chicken, which honestly just made this salad really bizarrely salty. Wasn't a good call. Pretty banging, but no lettuce. Yeah. I mean, I don't really like salad, but every once in a while I step on the scale, I'm like, you know what? It's time to eat a salad. Like, I had a burrito yesterday. Well, that's a nice number. Dang, getting all the raids today. Hello? I'll let Fries handle it if he wants to. What's up, Glitch Cat? How you doing? Thank you for the raid. Hope you were doing the Alien 50 or whatever the, like, cool minigame thing is. Yeah, I liked implementing this. I'm glad it worked in this level. It wasn't working in some of the earlier ones. UFO 50, thank you, that's it. I was close with Alien 50. Yeah, that's an in-game message box, so it actually was happening and pauses the game and everything. Originally I implemented it because way back in the day, Twitch's alert system was really lousy. And it would send you, like, emails when people would follow you and do other things. Like, they didn't have all the stuff they have now. And once I got access to the API, I'm like, oh, I can just do this. And so I sat down and figured it out. Anything in SMW, alert-wise, happens. You get the message box with the fish. I need to give a UFO 50 a shot at some point. It's now on the game request list. Since I let people sub those out periodically. Well, sorry to raid and lurk, but it's 3:30 in the morning, gotta have rest. Have a splendid stream and good luck. GG on the post. Oh, thanks! I was really happy with the Godzilla one. Like, that one, it stayed on there. It's until they reset the scores, like, the other day. Like, I was still in 3rd place or 4th place for a bit. I was very happy. That machine gets a lot of play. So, but yeah, sleep well. It's hella late on the East Coast, so it does not make it easy. And I remember this goes up. Didn't remember well enough. UFO 50 and me will get along. I mean, by the time I get to it, it'll be a bit. I'm still working my way. So I used to, for the benefit of everyone else here, I used to have a 25k point redemption thing, which was request a game. And I would play a game, at least a stream of it, more if I liked it. And the problem is, everything people requested has been lovely, and I've ended up playing through all of them. Maybe not 100%ing everything, but at least, like, beating the game properly. With one exception, and let's be honest, Superman 64. It's a reasonable exception. But some of them have taken a lot more time than others. So, for instance, one I'm currently working on, Baldur's Gate, has taken a lot of time. But it's been nice. It's a nice change, and gets me to play things I normally definitely wouldn't. Oh, it's this kind of block. I've run into those before. I know how these blocks work. Shoot. Awesome. Got to play Super Tricked Out Premium Edition the other day, and it's so cool. Oh, they're so good. When they're playing well, they're so good. I played one... Like, sometimes there's parts of a machine that can break, and they can still be a lot of fun. But I ran into a case where... Let's see, that machine has had some problems recently. They always fix them. The place I'm talking about is pretty diligent about trying to make sure that pinball machines don't suck. Within their power, there's certain things you can't fix. Like, Godzilla crashes. Don't know why, but they can't fix that, and they always give me, you know, 75 cents back, so I can't complain. But... Redeem 2 games, that's true. Where the Magic Circle? What? No, I didn't find every secret in the Magic Circle. No, I didn't actually. I found a lot of them. I didn't find all of them. I thought about going back and doing that, and then I didn't. That is a thing that has not happened. I've been got. But yeah, like, what was it? The scoop was busted, and I'm like, I cannot play Godzilla without the scoop. I can do a lot of things, but I cannot play Godzilla without the scoop. Even the challenge mode without the scoop is just not playable. The scoop is so important for all the things in that game. Cannot believe I fell for that again. But yeah, I've also been really enjoying 007. That's fun. I finally understand what I'm doing, I think. And have come up with strategies for how I want to play things, but I'm still kind of stuck at the whim of RNG deciding a few things for me. Like, which villain I'll play first. There's some villains I want to play, because I don't really care what I'm doing during the mode. I may or may not actually do the mode. But I do not want the Feeding Frenzy one, because that prevents me from being able to pick up the multi-ball. And I really want to get the multi-ball locks done. I did find a lot, yes. I did absolutely find a lot in Magic Circle. I found enough to make it so that that game is so weird! Like, it starts off, you think it's just gonna be like a puzzle adventure type game, and then it turns into a weird narrative about, like, genius and everything, and then finally at the end it turns into, like, build dungeons for Twitch players, the game. And I don't know why. It is a very odd little game. It's not a long game, and pretty much every puzzle has multiple solutions, though my solution eventually was Railgun Rat. The Railgun Rat just solves all problems. What type of dungeons? Like, actual, like, oh, it's an adventure game, or a, like, kind of Zelda-y dungeons, I guess? You could, like, set triggers and things, and I made one, and the player, like, the in-game player gushed about it, and I'm like, I didn't think it was all that good. And I stand by it, it wasn't all that good. But for the price it's at, I'd recommend just giving it a shot if you're curious. It's an interesting game. Not going to fail this time. Bonk, 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 bonk. Okay, that's the limit of bonkage. Almost got me. It didn't. Okay. Oh, it's one of those. Shouldn't have slowed down. Very story-driven. It's a game about game design, yes. What I love about it is, like, the first game he made was clearly a fantasy game, and the sequel to it's going to be, like, this sci-fi concept thing. And you're like, why did this happen? And the game does at least partially answer it. And there are certainly parts of it that would probably ring true if you looked at like the development of games like Dakitana, where there's like one person who claims to be the genius who is running the whole thing. But in reality, they don't know exactly why they were successful in the first place. And it certainly was not because John Romero was going to make me his bitch. As we all know that he was unsuccessful at making anyone his bitch with Dakitana. This game I want to play at some point, just for historical purposes. But it's definitely got problems. Many, many problems. I had that. Once I got past that, once I was on the ground, I had that. Other really good Game Request games that I got, Undertale. I don't think I need to talk about why Undertale's cool. And Deltarune. Looking forward to chapters 3 through 5, I think, whenever they're going to come out. Which supposedly is soonish. Who's the other one? Everhood, which kind of looks like it's like Undertale, but isn't. It turns into anti-DDR, which is honestly really awesome. And then it becomes a lot bigger and deeper. It has really good music. Like, surprisingly good music. Like, I found myself just, like, putting on, like, an Undertale boss run when I want some just good music to jam to when I'm programming or something. Frog's Revenge is a really good track, and I spent 4 hours listening to it when I was trying to beat the game. Okay, pipe doesn't go anywhere. On N64? Oh, goodness no. I played on the Windows 98 machine to get the true experience. But it was on 64. So it was an option. Hey, look, he's still spinning. I like that. But N64 is not a great console for first-person shooters. Like, it's a better one than, like, the Super Nintendo, but I'd much rather play it on a Windows 98 computer, which is just much more accurate for the original experience. Thanks for the GGs. A manor full of mischief. Watch out for the spooky ghosts and odd happenings. Oh, Stretch. Very underutilized critter from Mario 3. Whenever I see a big white bar like this, I'm always a little bit scared. Wait, I can't go back. Up. What did I do there? That was not my intended solution. It does remind me I need to get the NES back out at some point, because I've realized I forgot to finish Little Sisyphus. So I have not actually completed all of the NES Dev games from this year. Last year? I need more speed there. Not to mention there's been like some good hacks to put on there. But I've been too busy moving things around. That's a November Pat problem. I do still, however, have, in terms of incomplete things, I still have Myth of Mana open as a window tab somewhere, because I need to come back to that so I can have a fully complete playlist of QLDC stuff from 2021. I've got complete lists from all of the other years, but not 2021. Okay. Those are bats. Just gonna wait for the stretches to do their thing. I should have called that a stretch break in retrospect. No, I did think he'd go left or right. But yes, I finished VLDC. VLDC 14 is completely in the can. There's one thing I need to do, but it's some utility code I need to write in general. I've been meaning to write code to merge playlists, because that is a thing that happens occasionally that I need to do. In this case, I wanted to merge to a playlist so I can have VLDC 14 by rank, because I always do that if I have the ability to do so. Or if there's a reason to do it. I think for VLDC and other larger SMW contests, there's a good reason to have a playlist like that, whereas for smaller contests, it matters a lot less. But for VLDC especially, it's kind of nice to be able to see them by how well they did. And to see that Idle won yet again. Idle and ampersand, to be fair, but Idle won yet again. Looking forward, actually, Hack Gem's gonna... The second Hack Gem of the year should be, like, wrapping up soonish, shouldn't it? Like, I want to say October 20th is the deadline? I need to see if people want testing for that. Though it's kind of awkward, like, level testing is really easy to do. Like, let's say Jamie has a level he wants me to test. He can just throw me a BPS and I can test, say, a level for a contest. Which I found several of. I was looking at some of the old unpublished VODs, or vids, to try to figure out if I'd missed anything important, and I haven't. At least nothing I care about publishing presently. But for Hack Jam, it'd be like, do you want me to play your whole hack, or are there things you think are really important to check? Oh wait, I've been making this hard on myself. I just realized that those blocks were not background. Yeah, I literally just realized this. I cannot believe I've been staring at this the whole time without realizing it. I even jumped onto that one. I don't know why I was blind going the other way around. Fuck. Bonk. Bonk. Okay. Stretch break. Stretch. I think maybe they have a shorter range than I think they do. Oh. Look, I wasn't expecting a Casio bubble. No one ever expects a Casio bubble. I don't know if Casio made it first, but that's where I definitely saw a bubble that tracks you from. That's the thing with an awful lot of, like, innovations in Mario. I'm never really sure who the first was. Also not sure it matters terribly much in this case, but, you know. Yeah, I think I like that particular routing a little bit better. It's interesting when games actually give you a choice about how you want to route things. Because very rarely in Kaizo do you get a choice. But I think routing challenges can be very fun and interesting. Alright, now I know to run. Oh, cool, I outran it. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's sneaky. Okay, I definitely don't think I want to try to approach that from the bottom. But I think I'm going to grab this first, because I think I need to. Wait for Stretch to move. Oh. Like I said, he has a shorter range than I think he does. I want to say in Mario 3, the Stretches all can walk the entirety of the thing, where here I think they're constrained to a fairly small space. And it is messing with my head. Messing with my head. I don't know what else is going on. Cannot believe I just missed this existence of this thing. Maybe I'm gonna go stand on that platform over there. Yeah, just not quite sure how I would go about doing hack gem testing unless it's like something very specific people want. Or like a range of levels. Because like if I offer in more than one group takes me up, then that's a lot, like theoretically a long time. I don't know if the rules for this one say 2 hours still. And it's not like for the first hack jam we actually cared that much when a couple of them went way over. Like, both Sickos and Mario for Lost players were so good, no one was complaining that when you reached the 2 hour mark, you were still playing. I want to say I spent more than 2 hours on one other one, but it wasn't significantly more, but it was also a DNF because the game was broken. got to, like, the final boss rush, and the game basically decided that it would warp me back to the middle of nowhere. Because the cut, like, just this happened throughout the hack. Just warp points were just busted. You get a checkpoint, it would sometimes warp you to someplace just completely unrelated. In this case, the boss checkpoint warped me back to a prior boss about 30 minutes ago, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. It's a shame because it was a really cool hack, and had a lot of fun moments. The opposite side is it didn't have all of its, like, Metroidvania stuff working because the dragon coins were pre-gotten. So, like, half the fun of exploring these areas was supposed to be finding the dragon coins, but because they were all pre-obtained, you didn't get to do that, which was sad. So you just find weird dead ends, and you're like, well, that was fun. Why'd I go down this weird dead end? So kind of a bummer there. Remember that there is a bubble here, and it wants me. It wants Toad. For all that running, I didn't have P-Speed. And I knew I didn't have P-Speed. But I still tried to jump. And that made none of the difference. Just none of it. Okay. Try the jumps, try the jumps, try the jumps. Probably making that more complicated than it needs to be. Okay. Cool. That was my worst jump today? No, that was my worst jump today so far. I'm certain we'll do worse later. Try to jump into bed and completely miss. That'll be my worst jump of the day. Okay. Oh, right. There's the hidden thing. Okay, got out of there. Okay. Okay, we got that. Ice isn't nice. That was it? Oh. I thought that was going to be trickier. Whee! This is the only defect I've found, but honestly, would you take this out if you were the guy who made this? I love it. Defect. I mean, defect, feature, bug, it's all kind of in the eye of the beholder. Thanks for the GGs. Let's go against Bowser now. What kind of Bowser are you facing? Oh, it's this kind. The kind you jump on. I'm familiar with this Bowser. I've played easy difficulty hacks before. He just loves this Bowser. Like, frequently the last boss of his hack will just be this Bowser. Not sure why. And it will be unenjoyably difficult. Just how he rolls, easy difficulty. He's a man of strange cares. Despite his name, nothing he makes is easy. Nothing's ever made like a standard normal hack. They've always been very hard. It's just how he rolls. Nuts. I hate generators. Oink. The worst part is in a room like this, I'm just gonna spend a lot of time waiting. Go back and forth. Usually when you're facing this type of Bowser, it's in an arena that's completely empty. And so, like, there's no thing to do but dodge those. In this case, I mostly need to dodge the flames and anticipate what Bowser will do next, which I guess this is new. Alright, Hammer Shower. Not my favorite of the attacks of all time. got that first hit, I would have been fine. What's nice, though, is I can mostly dodge the hammers just by being in the air. Okay, we wait. Let's use this hammer shower. Nope. Next one's hammer shower. This one's intermittent invulnerability. If I recall correctly, it's a very customizable boss. Like, you don't have to play, you don't have to just take the default off the shelf thing. Like, I think there's some easily tweakable things to tell, like, what phases you want to go through in what order. My personal favorite one is the one where it just kind of stands still and does nothing. I remember the first time I encountered that was playing one of the Halloween level design, or the second Halloween level design contest. And it was just this big brick of a Mario who just didn't want to move. And I'm like, well, that's an interesting type of attack. The don't do anything and stand there attack. In a room where the only thing that can hurt me is walking directly into you. I don't recall that one doing all that well, but it had a nice, like, story. Like, the person who did that one put a lot of effort into the story. Wasn't ready for that, apparently. It's kind of the problem with Halloween level design contests. Oh. Did I lose internet? Well, dag nabbit, guess I did. So everything should be back to working more or less. So I guess let's resume. Anyway, I was fighting Bowser and complaining about this Bowser, and easy difficulty's over-reliance on this Bowser. Because easy difficulty just likes this Bowser. It's just the nature of it. Let's see where he ends up spawning this time. I thought he'd be in the mode. The stand against the wall thing. It's a very customizable Bowser. Did I win? You know what? I'm gonna blame... I'm gonna say that one's my bad. I don't think that's normal.
Lush 50.
Reattaching sometimes doesn't work right. Thankfully, it saves. So we know saving works. That did not happen to you. I'm not surprised. It's one of those, if I can repro it, it's an issue. If I can't, it's not really. Sometimes these things happen. I don't know if this is an old dynamics sprite, but I want to say it's an old dynamics sprite, and those are not known, or occasionally known to cause issues. Did die from a hammer. I think it was a combination of two things at once, and I think it might have actually just been like... Wait, those aren't real hammers? Oh, I can jump on those. Good to know. Yeah, I don't think it's Lush's fault, to put it mildly. I think that I'm just gonna see... Wait, he didn't do that again this time. Oh, whatever. Okay. Cool. Fight's over. Why did Bowser kill the stream? It's what Bowser does. He's incredibly powerful. Yeah, that boss is a little bit jank. I guess I'll put a marker down or something to mention that maybe, but I don't think it's a big deal. Like, the boss kind of worked. That's a... Oh, wait, what? Yo, the gravity here is low. Toad probably should be capitalized. Blame Spectrum. Toad should be capitalized, I guess, since we're basically grubbing these things. Can float his way through the mountains. Okay. One of those things that actually bugged me a little bit is that the name of this game does not capitalize any of it. It doesn't use title case. But it's one of those, it's a very minor annoyance in the grand scheme of things. It's a bit weird to be having a much floatier jump than I've been used to for the last part of the game. Thanks for the GGs. Something has gone wrong. Something has definitely gone wrong. I think what happened there with the Bowser is that my hook somewhere has gone wrong, and reset did not... Yeah, reset wouldn't have fixed the hook. So yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll just go back, and then we'll fix the hook up. That's what happened. Basically, it was the case that if I died, Put a marker down to say, yeah, no, it's not his fault. Basically, what's happening is that if I died, it would end up doing the wrong thing. And I'm pretty sure I know why that happened. So definitely do not think it's an issue that that Lush needs to deal with. Like, I know why that happened. Just a little bit of the danger there. Instant ban. No instant bans. I've seen at least one instant ban. But to be fair, it was pretty... well, the circumstances around it were sort of amusing. It wasn't an amusing thing, but basically someone wanted to steal the, you know, big number get user ID. And they did, and they stole it using something rather unkind. That was an instant ban, and not remotely questionable instant ban. I forget what it was, but it was not nice, and they got their username nuked basically the moment after. That's one of those things they can do, is nuke your username if it's inappropriate. It just gets changed like user... I think it just changes it to your user number. Because everyone has a auto-increment user number because it's a PHP-based application, and therefore will always do that. Just the nature of it. Oh, dang it. I just realized something. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. I'll fix it in a moment. Realized that as I got up, I moved the mic out a little bit to stand and didn't put it back. So it's a little inconsistent, but I don't think it's going to be obnoxiously so. I might be a little bit quieter. There we go. There's a lot of banned numbers. Look at the infractions when you get bored. Yeah. I mean, usually because it's something just... let me put a racial epithet in my name or something. One of those sorts of things. Though occasionally there's a misunderstanding due to language barriers, but usually they get resolved in a reasonable manner. There are certain words that are not so good in English, but aren't really all that bad in Portuguese, and etc. Okay. Now we're in new territory. I need to hold left upon leaving that pipe. Judging by the density of cherries, this is a rather long level. Let's see, it's 2... Slide, 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 slide. It's one of those games that I love, but I'll never play on stream because of how rubbish I would end up being at it. There are some rhythm games I can play. Parappa the Rappa, I cannot. It was like 3 or 4, I wasn't paying attention. Remember to hold left. To bonk the left bat before the right bat. Didn't I just go through this exact section with fewer munchers? That's not a walkable slope. Okay, anything up here? This one was skill a factor. Oh! I didn't see the fish. Sometimes skill's a factor. Sometimes. Ooh. Three. I mean, part of the problem is, like, Parappa the Rappa was built with certain, like, CRT assumptions. You can't really adjust the timing. And the timing doesn't really match the visuals or the music. It's weird. Like, it just doesn't work the way you would expect it to work. It's a fun game. It's got cute music. It's got a really weird plot. But, yeah, it's just awkward. But I do love it. Like, it really uses the PlayStation hardware in really fun ways. It's like, well, we can render some flat stuff in a 3D environment. Alright, let's do it. Dang, I think I wanted to keep that alive. I guess I didn't need to keep it alive. Oh, nope. Over the fish. Under the fish. Okay. Safe. And in. Does it scroll? It does not. Does it spin? Yes, it does. Eery Endings. Wait, is this like the last level? Possibly. Nah, second to last. Gotta check the door. You always have to check the outpipe. Always. It's gonna be so weird going back to I can't jump anymore, Toad. Mistakes were made. Actually, you know what? I do think there's a good chance that we'll get to do something else. Man, I love to see these leaves and hacks. Said no one ever. Like, I think it's a universally reviled sprite. Like, no one is ever excited to see these leaves. No, I misread that one too. What's the line? Each shoots and leaves. What is that? That is not what I was expecting when I looked at that. I thought it was like another, like, Link or Zelda holding up a Triforce. And no, that is absolutely not what it is. I was not expecting anime dance. Now we're definitely getting in the Kaizo realm. I did notice something I wanted to try, though. In the weird moderation sense. I must go. No, I don't think I can actually get on top there. I'm willing to bet that there's either death or blocks on top of the screen, but we're going to try to ride that all the way up and just see what happens. I think Lush is a seasoned enough hacker to not fall for such things. Yeah, there we go. But it's always worth a check when you have a chance. One of the reasons I like it when game hacks don't ever give me capes. I always feel obligated to start trying to fly into awkward spaces and see if I can, like, find holes in the geometry. No cape, no problems. Like, seriously. The sheer number of ways you can make your life easier for moderation by just saying, you know what, I'm just not going to use that. Really smart. Actually, I guess you'd appreciate this blue ribbon. I was moderating the, what was that called? The Law and Order hack that Daizo and Company made. And I finished, I'm like, well, let me see what we do now. How does one... That's how one does that. I'm just gonna wait for that cycle. And afterwards, I'm like, well, what do we do now? I'm like, oh. I'm gonna check out the moderation queue and see what was there, and I'm like, oh. Both the things I was gonna do, blue ribbon claimed. Oh, well. Nope. It's a tricky bit. Go. Aha! See? That's thinking using your keychain. You almost took the Daizo. That's fun. The Daizo messaged me asking if I'd be willing to pick it up because there hadn't been any movement and he wanted to get it done before a bit, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I am happy. Wait, what? What? Wait, what did you want? Wait, no, that did not happen. My router is going to log me out now that I'm done looking at it. Mildly annoying that it's counting down the seconds. Honestly, they do the firmware stuff. They give it to, like, the lowest bidder possible. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with where the standard queue is right now, plus or minus, you know, stuff that's been there a while. The rest of the queue is a little bit trickier. It's just been so much more Kaizo this year. And the stuff that no one wants to deal with. Kaizo, all of the pit and task stuff. There's only 2 people who are willing to touch those. I think Louis decided to pick up one just for the hell of it. I don't know if Louis, like, actually tasks this thing. It's just like, yeah, if I can beat this, you know, real time, it's fine. Because Louis. Planning on it and let it sit too long. Wasn't sure how stream friendly. Oh, it's completely stream friendly, plus or minus Sloot. Like, there's no, like, gore or anything. It's... I think it's probably more chilled than the average Law and Order episode, to be honest. So I guess there is a little bit of gore. A little bit. Topics and things. Because it opens with Tails apparently having been murdered, so... There are some plot twists. What a twist! And then there's Sloot, but, you know. She's only there for a little bit, you can choose not to talk to Sloot. But you're gonna talk to Sloot, because Sloot's there. You want to talk to Sloot. Go. Big chill, yeah. I don't think Daizo's produced much of anything where it's, like, actually not stream-friendly. That I can think of. Like, I've played a fair bit of Daizo stuff, either just because, or because, was testing stuff for him. So, I'm very familiar with his body of work. The Are You Smarter Than a Cave... or Cave Sprites? Whatever that one was he made, like, a little while ago was actually really good and would recommend. The gimmick is, like, all the sprites behave slightly differently than they usually do. And because of the way... because Daizo, as per usual, there's a lot of secrets to discover. Okay, what does this game want from me? Oh, there's a nub! Friggin' nub. I don't know if I'll make it. Oh, okay. Why is there a Sloot in Law & Order? Sloot is a proper noun in this case. For Sloot Yoshi, she has a proper name, but that's her, like, bartender's name or whatever. She's a purplish Yoshi critter. I do it? But, you know, you have to character... Oh, wait a second. No! It's a boost. Oh, it's happy to see me. And it's happy to emit fireballs at my face. You might be wondering how I got here. Also, it's icy for no apparent reason. Funniest boost respread I've ever seen? Someone changed it to Shrek. It was legitimately really funny. It probably shouldn't have been, but it was, like, really dang funny. It was a hack I moderated a million years ago, and my only, like, I was like, look, this hack's fine. All you need to do is remove, like, 3 penises. And it's good to go. Okay, how do I dodge these things? I definitely don't want to get cornered. We figured that out. I'm better off if I can kind of go around the clock. And he does stop while he's moving between states. That's good to know. And he moves between this and New Jersey. Oh crap, my plan. I failed it. Prude. Nah, there's an awful lot of references to other stuff in that particular hack. You run into Eevee and other moderators. Other SMW staff. If you watch the new Director's Edition preview, I have a voice line in the trailer. Daizo asked if I could record a voice line. I'm like, sure, why not? Not in the game, though. Not in the game. I was very confused. It's like, oh yeah, no, just for the trailer. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Yep, already dead. Why do I do that? I already know that's a fail mode. You know, it's one of those things where you just want to get the shot immediately. You're like, wouldn't it be cool if the thing explodes while it's in him? And you're like, yeah, but I missed it. Oh, right, I forgot what I was doing for a second. Completely spaced. The worst part is I really wanted to see the spinning Toad again. Like, I was very excited for spinning Toad. This should not be hard. There we go. With 4 hits? I mean, no, I know he's 4 hits. I meant, does he shoot 4 bullets? Apparently shoots 4 bullets. That was risky. But it worked. The Toad course is clear. Alright, well, was that the actual ending, or just sort of the ending? That took me to the credits. Check out the credits. Thank you for the GG. Toad's Cherry Tracker by Lush50. Lush_50. The underscore is not silent. Extended credits. Music, graphics, ASM, bass ROM, and helpers. Oh god, it's a wall of people. West Slasher, World Peace, Mario Fan Gamer, Mouse, Tattletale, Darlac, Dia the Fourth, Zavok, Jerry, Major Flare, Green Jerry, Lumpy, Manox, Dazing, Jimmy, Mario, Golden Yoshi, Vita Viella. Oh, I didn't see Vita Viella, maybe he wasn't there. Made with Flux Bass ROM. Thanks for the GG. Special thanks to Ashton Charlie Cat, Sidoops, Shovda, Just Cook, Random Entropy. Thank you so much for playing my game. There's a door. What could be behind the door?
Thank you so much for playing my game. See you next time.
He beat me to it. All right. Is this where it just ends? Does it just freeze up and it's done? All right. Well, let's see how many exits I actually have. It says 18 on the site.
Lush 50.
We'll find out how many I actually have. 18. All right. Well, that's complete as complete's gonna get. Let me think. I did have a couple markers, but those were markers for dumb things I did. Toad was uncapitalized in one instance, and Toad spins when you grab the cherries. Yeah, no, I'm approving this. There's really no reason not to. I'm just gonna do it right now. If Lush wants to resubmit it, this is not the worst thing to remoderate. And I really wouldn't bother doing that for the letter Toad. In fact, if he wants me to fix that, I'll just do it, because I can do that without breaking stuff. Or reopening it in Lunar Magic, which is always helpful, because you never know what Lunar Magic will do, but when you use the magic of hex editing, you know exactly what it's going to do. And it's just a matter of moving, like, a single bit to make it so it's a capital T instead of a lowercase t. But he also might not care, which I think is perfectly fine for this sort of thing. So that is done. Yeah, that was a good hack. I enjoyed it. There were parts that were a little frustrating, and it definitely feels like standard built by a Kaizo person. But that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Though I would have liked some power-ups periodically. That would have been nice. But it's not really Kaizo. It's not... Yeah, so I think standard hard is a perfectly fine place for it to sit, or wherever it ended up. Let's see, what was it? Standard... Yeah, standard hard's perfectly fine. I don't think this is very hard. I think it's perfectly in that interval right there.